Hey guys, so for today's video, we're continuing on with the JACLYN Hill Vault collection tutorials and review. I did this eyeshadow look using the Bling Boss palette. It's so pretty. I was thoroughly surprised. I liked it as much as I did because I'm not a big, huge purple wearer. Purple is kind of like one of those colors I really have to be in the mood for, but this is a dream. So I'll go ahead and insert swatches right here so you guys can kind of see what everything looks like swatched out. You can see the color scheme that you're working with. And without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and jump right on into the tutorial. Because I did my face first today, which I usually don't do, but I looked so hideous in my last video, I was like, let me make an exception. I'm gonna take a little bit of my powder. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder. This is Fair Light, and I forgot my sponge in the other room, and there is no way in hell I'm getting up. So I'm taking it with this little e.l.f. This is a small tapered brush. I'm just gonna hack this to catch any fallout so it doesn't ruin my face makeup. Okay, we're gonna take a little bit of soft ochre. As per usual, this is my favorite eyeshadow primer. I usually like to go in with this with my finger. I feel like my finger just kind of blends it out a little bit more, like the warmth of your finger, you know? Kind of blends it out a little bit more than if you were to go in with a brush. I'm gonna start this look by taking this shadow right here. This is in the shade Hush Hush. I'm taking this with a E40 from Sigma. This color reminds me a lot of that one shadow in the Modern Renaissance palette. I cannot for the life of me remember the name of it. Maybe it's Dusty Rose. It's kind of like one of those like mauvey lilac colors, except I feel like this shadow actually translates what's in the pan. So it looks like a light lilac-y mauvey shadow. I kind of feel like all the other shadows that are like this, like I know ABH has a lot of them in their palettes, those to me always come off a little bit darker. So this is definitely more of like a light, like it's true to color as what's in the pan. Okay, and I also like to go a little bit higher with my transition because I'm gonna go in with all the matte shades. So I took it up a little bit higher. I like to do that anyways because I do have a little bit of a hooded lid. So I feel like this really helps kind of open up my eye when I take my transition up higher. We're moving on to this shade right here. This is the shade Sparks. I'm taking this with a Sigma E38. This is kind of like the E40, but it's a smaller, it's like tapered in a little bit more. I'll go ahead and show you guys the difference because I just got this one. It's like a new favorite at the moment, but you can see this is a little more stiff, whereas this is a little more fluffy. So I'm taking this not exactly in the fold of my eye, but kind of right below that transition shade, but still not quite in the crease. Usually this is where I'll focus this color more in the very fold of my eye. This one, because I want to see a gradient, I want to see all those different colors showing through because I'm still gonna go in with two more matte shades. I'm keeping this one just a little bit higher, and it's pretty much gonna cover up that first color we put down, but it's gonna be really beautiful once it's all on, you'll see. This is the shade Rockstar. I'm taking this with an E25, and then I'm doing the same thing with this. I'm keeping it under the last shade, that cranberry-ish shade that we just used. I'm not completely covering that last shadow that we just put down. I'm almost covering it, but you still see it peeking through. And then lastly for the crease, I'm gonna take the shade right here. This is the shade Mystic. I'm taking this with my little BH brush. This is the V20. This is my favorite brush for concentrating color right in the crease. This step is totally optional. You don't have to do this because this is very similar to Rockstar. It is deeper, of course, but I feel like this is the step that really just takes your eyeshadow to the next level. Like, you don't have to do this. I don't think it's necessary, but it kind of just makes your makeup look so much better, you know? Like, it just adds something extra. So this color, I'm taking it right in the fold of my eye. I'm keeping it right there. Sometimes you're gonna lose color, you're gonna lose a little bit of intensity as you go in and build with different shadows. So this is the part where I look and I'm like, what do I need? What do I feel like I'm missing? I think it looks pretty good, but I think I'm missing just a little bit of Hush Hush which is that lightest purple that we went in with as the transition. So I'm just gonna take a little bit and just kind of like run the smallest amount. It's gonna diffuse that harsh line, like there's a little bit of harshness, I feel like, but it's also going to just reinforce that color just a little bit. I'm gonna take the shade right here. This is really pretty glittery purple. This is the shade Ballsy, and I'm taking this with a Morphe. This is a M167, and I did not wet any of these shimmers. We're gonna do kind of like a cut crease, but we're gonna cheat with this cut crease. We're not using any concealer. So I just kind of like to carve out my lid. Look, you see how intense that is? It's pigmented, right? I'm gonna kind of cut my crease with the shadow. This is like the lazy way of doing a cut crease if you don't like have the patience for a cut crease, which I never do, so I do this instead. If you look straight into your mirror, like you guys can't see it, but I have my mirror right in front of me, you can see where your eye folds. So I'm gonna take wherever my eye creases and I'm just gonna go a little bit above that. Just use this brush to kind of like get that shape. I'm gonna leave the center bare because I'm gonna go in with something else. We're gonna do the same thing on the outer V, bring it up and connect it at the top. And then I'm gonna take the shade right here. This is the shade Glitz and Glam. And I'm taking a smaller packing brush. This is a Morphe G20. I'm gonna take this just right in the center. Glitz and Glam is a little bit more of like a rose gold, and then Ballsy is definitely more of a purple. They look kind of similar together, but there's just a little bit of difference. This is another one of those things where it's like just an extra little thing you can do to kind of amp up your makeup. You can totally go in with just one color and swipe it all over the lid, but I thought this would just be so pretty, and it is. Just really takes it to the next level. I'm going in with that darkest shade, Mystic. I'm just gonna take like the smallest amount of product and just run it through the crease, blend out any harsh lines from the lid color. And then I'm taking this little angled liner brush. This is from Morphe too. It's a B45. Just taking Berry Treasure. It is the darkest shimmer shade. It's almost black, like a really, really deep purple. Those little glitter specks in it. Just gonna line a top lash line. So I'm taking these lashes. These are by a new company. I believe the name is pronounced Buco Lashes, and they actually sent these to me. I'm gonna be featuring them in an upcoming video. I've been playing with them and they are so, so pretty. I don't actually have the packaging. I think I left it in the other room, but I'll list it below and I'll list their information below because they're affordable and they're so, so pretty. I can't wait to talk about them. They're beautiful. I'm gonna come up from the top. I'm gonna take the shade right here. This is the shade Gem. So, so pretty. God, I saw this and I was like, this is going on the lower lash line. I don't care what anybody says. So I'm taking this with my Morphe E17. I'm going in hot and heavy with the shade because I wanted to really, really stand out. So I'm just gonna keep building and building until it's what I want it to be. Sorry, my camera died and then I took a break, so I don't really remember where I left off, but we're gonna finish by highlighting the brow bone. So for that, I'm gonna take this one right here. This is Bling Bling. I'm gonna take this with this little baby Eco Tools brush, this little tiny one. Just gonna put this right under the arch. We're gonna take a little bit for the inner corner, and this is it. Okay, so this is the final look right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos, and make sure you stay tuned for the last one where we'll be playing with the Ring the Alarm palette. I can't remember the names for whatever reason. I'm just such a ding dong sometimes. Hopefully I'll have the Vault collection so I can officially announce the giveaway in my next video. It should be here before I film this, so hopefully it will be, and then we can just go ahead and open up the giveaway. I'm so excited, so make sure you definitely stay tuned for my next video because we'll have the giveaway, all the rules and the announcement, everything in my next one. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe before you leave and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos, and I'll see you in my next one.